Hello, my honeys. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. How are you? Thank you for joining me here for another pick a card. And we are going to switch things up with how we are choosing our groups. Of course, there will be the artwork at the beginning of this reading, and the timestamps will be in the description box below. And if you want to use the description box numbers for numerology choices, I do that all the time. But this time we're also going to pick out some cards live during this reading for the different groups. This pick a card is going to be a message from your plant medicine ancestors. As human beings, we use plants for many things, and for sure we use them for healing, right? And plant medicines can be legal, not legal. You know the drill. I think more and more, this is not even like a real like psychic prediction, but I think more and more that at some point cannabis is just going to be legal in the United States everywhere. Right now they're kind of just doing it state by state. If you don't live in the United States, then it's kind of like province by province approves it. But at some point, I think it's just going to be legal. A lot of these states are realizing they can make money from different plant medicine, from cannabis industries. I mean, you know. But here's what I'm going to say about plant medicines. Plants are intelligent. They are encoded with so much information. So much of the history of our earthly existence is embedded in their wisdom. And so when you ingest any kind of plant, any kind, from basil to what else would you ingest as a plant? Thyme, any of the cooking herbs. You are receiving whatever knowledge is coming from that part of the earth that they grew up in, that they were seeded in and fertilized in and sprouted and grew up with. You are tapping into that part of the earth in which they came. So plant medicines have been used indigenously for centuries. And, you know, certain plant medicines are becoming more popular than others. You have ayahuasca, you have psilocybin, you have ketamine, you have cannabis. All of these plant medicines at the moment are so popular. Even iboga. They all are presenting with energy that wants to assist the human clan with healing themselves, seeing beyond their current situation, giving insights to the self. So, you know, plant medicine teachers are quite powerful. And so, you know, this reading is not to endorse any illegal activity where you currently reside, because plant medicines in different forms are legal in different places. But this is to kind of tap into that energy if you're not going to be in communion with it in a how do I want to say, by ingesting it or smoking it or whatever. We are going to tap into the energy of these plant medicine ancestors and ask them for their wisdom in this reading. Okay? Let's go to the groups. I feel like I've been chatting for a while. So group number 1, you will be represented by the judge. Oh, wow. After we just had that plant medicine talk. The judge. Group number 1. And group number 1, if you also want to choose, I have this lovely mushroom crystal. Group number 1. Give myself a little space. Okay, group number 2 will be the Labyrinth Walker. The Labyrinth Walker. And you also have this lovely stone, group number 2. Lots of choices in this reading. Sometimes you give a lot of choices. People are like, oh, it's way too many choices. You can let me know that too. Group number 3. Ooh, group number 3, the Devouring Mother. Oh my goodness, I was just talking about the Devouring Mother to someone the other day. The Devouring Mother. And this is your gemstone, lovely bluish gray gemstone. Group number 3. And group number 4, you have the Priestess of Priorities. Ooh, that's kind of a spooky one. Priestess of Priorities. And you also have this gemstone. Group number 4. All right. So take a moment. You have so many ways to make the right choice. And you can choose more than one pile. You can listen to them all. I have a feeling our plant medicine ancestors have something really deep and delicious for us in this reading. So just a quick reminder, if you want to help me support this if you want to help me by supporting this brand new channel, please consider giving me a thumbs up after you get your reading if it resonated. Or if you like the way that I read and you want to stay in touch, perhaps get to know each other better, then please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell so that you get notified when I upload new readings. I'm so happy to do readings for you all, and I'm so happy when you comment and give me a thumbs up. It does make me happy, and I love reading all your comments. I try to respond to them all, so please don't be shy. If something resonates with you, or if you have further suggestions, let me know. Okay, my honeys, I'm going to go to the next group, but take a moment, as much as you need, to select your piles, and we'll get started. Take care. Hello, group number 1. How are you? My name is Kamara, and I will be your reader today. And this is your pick a card on a message from your plant medicine ancestors. Now, group number 1, there were so many different ways you could choose this group. You could have chose it with the artwork at the beginning of this reading, which is timestamped below. You could have chosen it with using numerology, all kinds of numbers up in here. You could have chosen this lovely judgment card for your pile from the Witch's Tarot. Or you could have chosen this lovely mushroom crystal. So group number 1, we're just going to have plain talk in this reading. And you will use a number of different plant medicines over your lifetime. But group number 1, I do feel like you resonate with the energy of psilocybin mushroom. This mushroom, what's unique around mushrooms in general is that they live and they propagate on a network. It means that they run this mycelium network underground where plants are talking to each other, communicating, and there's in these networks, it's like the system of the forest, how the plants talk to each other, how they maneuver and let each other know, hey, there's fire coming, or, like, I don't know all the things they communicate, but they have this sophisticated system. Mushrooms do. That mycelium network. So there is something about you, group number 1, that's very sophisticated with your communication, or you are being called to, or you're in the process of learning more about this. There is something important that you will need to communicate, group number 1. Your plant medicine ancestors are pointing this out, that you will be making some kind of decision soon. And if I look at this card closely, I'm being called to look at it closer. So one moment. There's a decision you will need to make soon, group number 1, about a position you have. This could be quite literally you're making a decision about your career. For others of you, you're making a decision about a role that you play, one in which you are a decision maker. Again, this could be at work, but as you know, it could also be in your family, in your household. There is some kind of decision you will need to make soon that's based on your authority. And authority we all have in various levels, right? Some of us are in charge of quite a few people. Some of us are in charge of just ourselves. Whatever it is, that decision your plant ancestors are pointing out to you has something to do with a network. People you know, things that you do within a certain community. There's something about it there. Let's flip over your 2 oracle cards, and then we'll get to the clarifiers. 7 of Swords. Very interesting. Planetary wave. Soul mission. Trust the inner call. Your soul team. The 7 of Swords, whenever we see this card, it's always like people are like, listen, are people trying to like cheat you or go up against you? But this card could also point to your self-sabotaging ways. I also hear that. We're going to look at the more of the other cards here for clarification, but in making that decision, the one that you're about to make, group number 1, your plant medicine teachers are saying, be self-aware. There's one way in which you could communicate a change that many people will feel as if it's a slight. They will feel as if they have been betrayed or cheated. There's another way that you could communicate this change, and people will feel as if you're the one taking the hit. It's very interesting. In one instance, you could be betraying others. In the other instance, you could be betraying yourself. This is a tricky decision, group number 1. But you also have planetary wave here, soul mission. Whatever the decision is, group number 1, you have to make it. I have a feeling it has something to do with something much larger than the current moment. But what makes it tricky is the current moment comes with the energy of perception. Meaning, Right now, you may not put a lot of thought into how you need to communicate this change, but you're being cautioned to do that. Because if you make this communication just on a whim, without much thought or very little strategy, you are going to find that it disrupts your soul tribe. But it comes later. Let me get clear. Spirit is saying that whatever decision you make now, whether you're the one who takes the hit or other people take the hit, it's all perception, I'm hearing. Whatever you choose to emphasize in terms of how you made a decision. Group number 1, this will come back later. It will circle the block later. That the way that you handle something now is going to circle the block later. It will come back up again. So if that's helpful for you in knowing, because your plant medicine ancestors are saying, something that you need to do now needs to be done with the utmost self-awareness. If you do not, that same thing will circle back and I'm hearing bite you in the behind. It will circle back as some kind of karma that you will not really want to revisit. Not all karma is bad, but it's saying it will come back in some cases to haunt you. So it just depends. But if you need guidance on how to communicate this decision, your plant ancestors are saying to go with a decision that in the future, your future self can handle. That your future self will find not much of a big deal. They said that whoever you are, you would know. Now, this reading is general, you all, so some of this may sound very detailed for one person, and it's like that. But if you know about this decision and its complexities, you are being told to be careful about what you do in the current moment. It will cycle back to you. Let's clarify the judgment. Maybe some of these cards will help as well. Group number 1. You have the 6 of Pentacles. I'm going to put them all out first, and then I'll say what I thought I saw. Oh my God, you have Justice again. Oh wait, you have Justice, not the Judge. Okay, but still. And then, group number 1, you have the Beggar. So interesting. You know what I'm getting, group number 1, is that you are debating whether or not to help someone. Whether or not to put them into a position where they could have some balance in their life. That balance in their life, according to this particular plan, that includes you making a decision about this, would benefit this person. And in a way that you may not even realize. Your endorsement, I'm hearing, of someone, your assistance, maybe this is I'm getting strongly for some of you, this is a reference. Someone wants you to make a reference. Someone wants you to help them get a job. Someone wants you to help them in some kind of positionality. Spirit is saying here, though, this person has a kind of dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Spirit pointed right here. Spirit was like, this is your problem. Not your problem, but this is the thing, group number one, that you've been thinking about, that you've got to make a decision on. Some of you, this is your child, adult child. Do you choose to help them? Maybe even after some sobriety issues. It doesn't have to be your child, but it could be someone who's struggling with substance in the past, struggling with substance now, someone who's always looking for a break, someone who's really always trying to, this is that one moment they're going to get their life together, and with your assistance, it can solidify everything, right? But then here we go. That's Seven of Swords. Because your ancestors are saying something's not quite right. Oh my goodness, you all. Look at this. Seven of Swords again. Judgment. Goodness. Can we just... Oh my goodness. Gambler. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, you all. This is becoming really clear. Relying on luck instead of hard work. That's what that says at the bottom. Yeah, you know, your plant medicine ancestors are screaming at this point. Not everything is what it seems. I have a feeling that you already know that, group number one, but your plant ancestors are saying, listen here, whatever decision you make right now, it is so important. It will possibly change your life. I think that's what your plant ancestors are saying. This could change your life by simply saying yes or no to somebody. You've got the Emperor here. You've got the Queen of Swords. And you've got the Deliante. It says here, delights in the arts of without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. At the bottom, pretension to a much deeper knowledge that you already possess. It's clear to me here that your ancestors want you to keep a very level head. Queen of Swords energy does not play. You are not looking at potential. You're looking for the actual real thing. You are looking for real factual evidence, or you will be, or you're being guided to. You're also guided to be in your Emperor energy. The Emperor does not play. The Emperor already has learned from all of their life mistakes that have gone into a vault, and that is your treasure of experiences that keep you in leadership, that keep you in your position, because the Emperor is going to use all of that knowledge and wisdom from the past, right, to inform the future, to inform the present moment. So group number one, when you reflect on this Emperor energy, it's telling you already that you have a sense of whether or not it would be a successful outcome if you help this person. In fact, you already know. There's a good chance that helping them will not resolve anything. But there is something in the past. Your plant ancestors are like, you really feel like this is a good idea to help this person out, to give them their lucky break. But, you know, your plant ancestors are saying, are you sure about that? Because you could just be in your bed, minding your own business, resting, saving your pinnacles and your resources. But there is something about you that's about to act on this. You are about to take some sort of action, right? Because maybe it's a little more complex than what the cards are showing. There might be a reason why you have decided to help this person right now versus in the past. There could be other factors at play that are making this decision not simply a black and white, no, yes kind of decision. But I'm going to tell you, as we clarify the Six of Pentacles, there's a Five of Cups here. And that Five of Cups is saying that there's something in the past, something that you have a lot of emotion about, group number one, that maybe brings up feelings of guilt, brings up feelings of shame. Because I think that you had to leave something. You had to let something go. You had to let someone go. Spirit is even showing me that, and this is very specific, but maybe for some of you, you might have left a child with your ex-spouse. An ex-spouse that wasn't all that great of a parent. But maybe if this is someone's story, maybe you both had to do some growing up to become better parents later. And some decisions had to be made. Who was going to keep the child? Who was most prepared to do that? And maybe fast forward years later, you have a certain sense of like, maybe if you would have taken that child instead of your ex-spouse, things would have been different for that child now. Maybe there were some skills that your ex-spouse just didn't have. Maybe the thought of like who was going to be more stable really didn't turn out that way. Or just maybe, group number one, you've always had the intelligence to move forward in life, to manifest the things that you need. But there is something about the situation in the past where you didn't have a lot of confidence then. Not in yourself. Not in being able to be, this is just an example, a single parent. Or to take care of some additional responsibilities. And so now fast forward, you are face to face perhaps with a child that pulls on your guilt strings because maybe there is a sense here that you could have done more, or maybe this is a narrative they're telling you. You could have done more to make sure that my life was A, B, and C. And maybe there's something inside of you right now, group number one, that guilt is just gnawing at you. You want to be the perfect parent, or you want to be the perfect partner. You want to be the perfect this son, daughter. Like you all take it where it resonates, but this person is pulling at a narrative from the past. And there's a reason why the past is the way it was. That's what your ancestors are telling me right now, group number one. There was a reason for why the past was the way it was. And to make decisions from that past viewpoint could be a mistake, could lead you to a lot of nostalgia, but not a lot of factual things that you are going to be prepared to act on. This is definitely a person from the past. This is definitely a relationship from the past. Could be a sibling, could be a cousin. You all take it where it resonates. This is someone who is working a guilt angle to try to get your assistance. But you are clear. Group number one, this person will do nothing. Nothing will become of helping this person other than you temporarily relieving some guilt. Yeah. If your plant ancestors had anything to say about it, they said that they would slow yourself down. Slow down. Look at everything. Take it all in. The past, the present, the future. Because you would see here, group number one, that your victory, you have the Six of Wands here, has always been because you were able to leave behind some of this familial toxic patterns and be in your own life. And I think your plant ancestors are saying you may want to expand on that. Leave behind guilt, leave behind shame. There were specific reasons why things turned out the way they did. And yeah, can you make the past better now? I think that's a question that your plant ancestors are asking you, but they're also showing the past has already happened. The best thing that you can do now is set the foundation for the present moment and for the future. And you'll have to decide, group number 1, who gets to be a part of this present moment and who gets to be a part of your future. And sometimes those are really hard, difficult decisions to make. And your plant medicine ancestors are saying they're here with you. But don't sabotage yourself. These swords, the 7 of Swords, they showed up twice, group number 1. It's a card that could mean that you're making some kind of move because you feel like it would be the easiest thing to do, when the easiest thing is not the thing that will keep you in your authenticity. So that's their caution for you, group number 1. That is what your plant ancestors are communicating right now. The past, shame, guilt, what are the real authentic reasons you may want to be doing something? So group number 1, if you resonated with any or part of this reading, could you please give me a thumbs up? It really does help me grow this new channel, and I do appreciate those who have subscribed. And if you want to stay in contact with me, if you like the way that I read, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell, because you'll get notified when I upload new readings, which is once to twice a week, you all. Thank you so much. If this is where we are parting, I've really felt honor in reading for you, and thank you for all of these insights, group number 1. Take care. Hello, group number 2. My name is Kamara, and I am your reader here at the Black Dove Oracle. And welcome to your pick a card reading on a message from your plant medicine ancestors. You chose maybe some of the artwork at the beginning of this reading, or you may have chosen with some of the numbers using numerology, or you may have even chosen this witch card, which is the Labyrinth Walker. Labyrinth Walker. Kind of trying to show that to you, group number 2. You may have chosen this really lovely stone, which I'm forgetting the name of right now. I have it written down somewhere. It's a powerful stone. So, what is it that your plant medicine ancestors want to reveal to you, group number 2? The labyrinth often represents a journey, right? It could be a journey of birth, death, rebirth. It could be that kind of energy to it, like a pilgrimage of some sort. It could even indicate that you're on some kind of spiritual quest. You know, the number 25 is on this card too, which comes to 7. So that could 25 or 7 could have prominent meanings for you. You might be born on the 25th or the 7th. You may have a life path number that's 7. It's actually 7. You may be 25 years old, and something significant in this reading may have happened when you're 25. 25th could have been born on the 25th. 25 days. Something about 25, though, for sure. You know what I want to say here, and I just want to take a quick, closer look at this. So sorry, I'm going to be off camera for just a second, because Spirit is pointing to something of a detail in here that I need to look at. Group number 2, there's something very magical and mystical about you. This card, the Labyrinth Walker, it's reminding me of some of these, a recent film that I even saw. Gosh, I'm going to forget the name now that I just said. Oh, it was a film that I recently saw. It was a Korean film that was kind of set back in the day. And there was a lot of like magical things happening in the film. But one thing I did kind of get out of that film was that, you know, people were respected for their skills, for honing their skills. There's something here, a little bit in that movie, but it's kind of reminding me of your group number 2. You are very powerful. I think that you know it. I think that people who need to know also know it. There's something about you levitating. I don't know why that's coming up. But levitation. There's something about you being above the labyrinth. But the labyrinth is below you, almost as if it's your ground, it's your foundation. But your foundation, if it is your foundation, goes in many different directions, right? It has many directions, but really only one path to the center. Spirit, your ancestors, they're saying that's exactly you. People may know you in many different ways, group number 2, but there are very few who know the center of you, who know where you stand, how you walk, how you navigate things. You are a mystery to most people. Those who get a chance to get to know you are very privileged. Let's go to your oracle cards. You have the sacred well here, replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty. The other card, Queen of Wands. It makes sense. There's some message about you that your plant ancestors want you to know about. But they're describing you because I think they're wanting to do a little bit of an energy check. So if these 3 cards are not like resonating as your energy, which is someone who's not only very confident, but very magical, very powerful, someone who is not known by many, but the few that do know them well. You will always take care of yourself. You will always look out for yourself. Maybe this wasn't always the case in the past, but in the more recent version of yourself, you care for yourself. You love yourself. It's been a pretty long journey for you, group number 2. To go from someone who's never really was raised maybe to take care of themselves, I'm hearing, or someone who just didn't know how to do that because it was never modeled to themselves. Self-sacrifice was often how you were navigating the world in the past, group number 2. But now you care about yourself. You love yourself. You're self-aware. And there's been so many versions of you. This is what I'm hearing from Spirit, that there's people who think they know you from all walks of life. Like you've just showed up in people's lives, performed this lesson, and then you'll leave. And there's people who are like, oh, I've met this person before, or oh, I've had this interaction with this person before. And they'll know such a small piece of you, group number 2. Just a small piece. But that piece is powerful. It's something that everybody who encounters you, they walk away going, I have just met a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is so damn sexy, so mysterious. The witch of all of the queens. I would say she's the witch of all the queens. You know, I mean, the biggest witch in the tarot is the high priestess. But out of all the queens, the Queen of Wands is the witchy one. The one that works with her exexual energy. The one that carries a big staff. This would be a feminine that also smokes cigars. If you smoke cigars, can you let me know in the comments? But kind of like, you know, some of those pictures of the ladies in Cuba where they're dressed in these really beautiful dresses and they're smoking cigars. I don't know why that image is coming to me. Queen of Wands is also very confident. Queen of Wands is a warrior. So Queen of Wands will go after what she desires and what she wants, what she needs. No hesitancy. Queen of Wands is also just big on action. I'm going to act in my best benefit. And you will know what that action is. Very confident. Highly attractive. Almost it's also the single one. You know, a single queen has built all of the queendom on the queen's own. So when people come to challenge this queen has already done everything on her own. Highly self-sufficient. So when you come towards a Queen of Wands, you have got to be not only self-sufficient, but be willing to act at the same pace as this Queen of Wands, the same kind of energy. This queen matches energy. If you're not giving her anything, she's not giving you anything. If you're giving her way too much, she's going to give you way too much. Let's clarify, because this well is talking about your own self-care. Engineer. That seems to fit too. Ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. That's you. Group number 2. You could be in some of the technical fields like engineering. You could be an engineer. You could be someone in a technical sciencey field, but you also have this like magic that's undeniable. There's a mix here of working with the logic, but also working with the mystery. Six of Pentacles. You're known to be very generous. You are truly a queen, someone who's prosperous, someone who, Nine of Wands, who has really worked hard to get to a place of where they are right now in their life. So you are admired for your success, group number 2. Child wounded. It says here, awakens compassion and desire to serve others. Wounded children. Opens to learning the path of forgiveness. You have the Emperor here too. And the Chariot. It was in reverse. Spirit saying keep it in reverse. You know, group number 2, there is so much experience here, maturity here. I would say that you're more on the mature side. I would say that with this Emperor card, there is a sense from your plant medicine ancestors that you are getting ready to meet your match. Yes. Someone who is equally as ambitious as you. There definitely will be a lot of attraction in this relationship. But there's a match here energetically. Success for success. This is someone who will match you financially, match you sexually. They will match you even mentally and spiritually. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, wow. Look at the bottom of the deck here. Because I said I wouldn't be surprised if 2 of the Cups emerged. Or the Lovers. So group number 2. You're about ready to meet someone. But it's kind of interesting because they are going to, I think you will know them because your plant medicine ancestors are saying they are going to awaken the most wounded parts of you. Doesn't sound like a lover relationship that people want to run towards, but your plant medicine ancestors are saying you're going to deeply love this person, but they are going to rattle you. They're going to take you out of this comfort zone, this beautiful comfort zone you've built for yourself, by the way. But when they come forward to be with you, group number 2, this person is saying, because I'm communicating with their higher self right now, I'm listening to it. This person is saying, I'm not going anywhere. Some of you have had abandonment issues that you just never really quite healed. And it might be part of your journey, group number 2, to finally and once and for all deal with abandonment themes. Themes of love, meaning it wasn't sustainable. Love is not permanent. Love moves, love leaves, love goes away. There's that wound, and this Emperor is coming to help you understand it more. Group number 2. You've got networker, enhances unity through sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. You've got the Hierophant, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. This relationship, first of all, it's going to bring you out of hiding, group number 2. I don't know where you've been. But yeah, you're going to show up to something and you're going to meet this person. This person is really going to be the end of a cycle for you. They're going to end or help you heal this one piece of experience that you need to heal. You need to remove this. I get a sense that there's just, you're way too powerful for this wound. You're way too, there's just stuff that you've been doing. And I think this wound is just a final thing in your own personal development. Group number 2, to be loved, to be cared for, and not be abandoned. Your guides are saying you deserve this experience. 10 of coins. You deserve this experience, wish fulfillment, especially when it comes to actions. Taking action. Either you or this person will take action in this relationship. Yeah, someone's done kind of like thinking about all this. So maybe you've met this person already, group number 2. But you know what happened? Spirit is showing me, they're like, when they met you, they were like, oh, they were instantly put into a place of contemplation. They were like, okay, hold on. I'm attracted to this person, but they're not the ordinary breed. They are not going to just fall into my arms with my usual gab. This person knows that their approach has to be completely 100% different. Group number 2. And your ancestors are saying here, yeah, they want to make sure that they're never in a position to break your heart. They're never in a position to harm you because they already know that's the end. I don't know what I'm finding so amusing, but group number 2, I guess I'm laughing because you have an emperor who's going to work again. I don't even think this person, I mean, let's be honest. Let's look at this card for a minute. This person doesn't have to work that hard for love anymore. They have so many people that are attracted to them. They have so many options. But when they meet you, group number 2, they're like, wait, the brakes go on. They're like, wait, hold on. Who's this? And they may have even said something to you that was, or just something very subtle, and you were kind of just like not biting at all. What I get the energy from you, group number 2, is you are very much a scorpionic kind of person when it comes to your attraction, what looks good to you. You're going to keep it under wraps. And this person is not used to that. This person might be kind of low-key celebrity, but this person is so used to being fawned over. You know what I mean? And when they met you, they were like, oh, hold on. Like, I'm not getting that energy. And that made them curious. Yeah, they probably have a big ego. I ain't even gonna lie about that, group number 2. But, you didn't put this person in their head. I think you gave them enough attention to where they were curious. And now they're just kind of, we've got this 8 of Cups here. It's like, as much as they are not sure how to get the ball rolling with you, group number 2, they also are not going anywhere. Again, 8 of Cups in reverse. They're not going anywhere. There's going to be something about this person. I keep hearing them say it, group number 2. They're not going anywhere. Dang, even the 3 of Wands came out in reverse. They're not going anywhere. they're going to prove that to you over and over again. Any energies of you feeling like betrayal or non-support or toxicity, this is not that person. In fact, group number 2, this person, they're in their emperor energy, but they are studying you. They're like, there is no way I'm gonna mess this up. So in some ways, it's taking them a while because they understand you don't give a lot of chances. But once you start to engage with them, group number 2, and this is really an important point that your plant ancestors are saying, once you start a relationship with this person, it's going to bring you back into balance. It's going to help you become less rigid when it comes to matters of the heart. It's going to expand you. It's going to soften that heart material, that heart muscle. And it's going to crack you open so that you can be with someone who's yoked equally. That's what I'm hearing to you. It's going to take a little work for you to get together because, literally, these are equally charged, powerful people coming together. Sometimes that's a little like the initial impact is like, poof, and then all of a sudden it, everything kind of integrates. But that's the energy that I'm getting. Like a explosion as everything kind of impacts together, and then the relationship mellows and integrates with both of your energies, and it gives you so much love, so much of what you've always craved for, but I'm not sure if you ever thought you would experience it, group number 2, but you're about to. So beautiful, so utterly beautiful. And it's just going to be a new life for you. I mean, that's like a big thing to say, but it really will be. This person's going to come in and just switch everything around, and that might cause a little tension at first. Like, who are you? What's going on? And it comes together. But it will take time. It will take openness. It will take some sort of flexibility. So group number 2, if you resonated with any or part of this reading, could you please give me a thumbs up? It's a brand new channel and I'm really trying to grow so that I can do live readings. I just have all of my hopes and dreams coming into fruition here, and I want to thank you all if you have subscribed. I really appreciate all my subscribers. If you're new here, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and if you want to stay in contact with me, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell, because you'll get notified when I upload new readings, which are anywhere from like 1 to 2 times a week. I just want to give you all big hugs. This is beautiful, the story. In group number 2, I hope to connect with you soon again. Take care. Hello, group number 3. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle, and this is your reading on a message from your plant medicine ancestors. You may have chosen this group with the artwork that is at the beginning of this reading, and it's timestamped below in case you missed it. You may have chosen with some kind of numerology. You may have chosen with this beautiful stone. I don't remember the name of it, you all. And then you may have chosen with this very intense card called the Devouring Mother. It's kind of this depiction of Medusa with the snakes that she has for hair, or her hair is snakes. One of the two. I think the Devouring Mother, it speaks to the energy of someone being highly critical. It can even be a strong inner critic, the Devouring Mother. But that strong inner critic may have been based on the harsh voice of someone's mother. So take it where it resonates. But this could be some inner voice inside of you that's highly critical of every move that you make. In group number 3, I get a sense that your plant medicine ancestors are pointing you to something about this inner critic's voice, which very well could be based on a parent. Just letting you all know. But let's turn over the other 2 oracle cards. Yeah, you have the Death card here. Death card. And then you have Let It Rain. Let it rain. Allowing what is, inevitability, trust. It's very interesting, group number 3, because your plant medicine ancestors are pointing to this inner critic. They're saying that's really what it is. A strong voice inside of you that discourages you, that whenever it can, tries to bring you down a peg or two, tries to take away your optimism and your happiness. But it's ending, or it has ended. Take it where it resonates, because we're reading for more than one person, but your plant medicine ancestors are saying this dynamic within you, it's coming to an end, or it has, group number 3. There's a certain letting go in your energy, a certain kind of release that has happened. And maybe after all this time, for some of you, you have finally healed that critic. You have finally, sometimes the critic doesn't go away, you all, because it was originally there to help protect you. It's a protector. But sometimes over the years, the critic, after having so many tasks, so many duties, never resting, it becomes like an overprotector. It's very helicopterish. And it begins to negate anything that you're trying to do that's new and different with your life. And I think group number 3, you realized that. You're like, why am I not going anywhere? Why is it that I'm talking myself out of the things that I most desire, that I really love and I want in my life? And I think you either started doing this work, maybe some of you went to therapy, some of you just started doing shadow work. But this release is being documented by your ancestors. They're so happy that you are finally made it over the hump of this behavior, of this pattern. But let's check more into what they want to talk to you about. Something about that inner critic, though. When we clarify the Death card, there are some things that I think your ancestors are saying you will find out later. But they're not going to reveal it right now. They're just wanting you to know that whatever's in this reading is only a partial part of it. There's still more to go on this road. But you doing the initial work of healing that inner critic was huge. You have the angel energy here, helping those in need with no expectation of return. This could have been one of those lessons. that when you finally entered into the energy of the angel, you didn't need reciprocity for the things that you were genuinely offering to someone else. And in the past, it might have been something of you kind of trying to figure out, how to make people owe you, how to, make sure that you get reciprocity. But there was something recently, some experience recently, where you weren't looking for that anymore. You were just like, okay, I made that offer to you, and I had no designs on getting anything back. It was strictly coming from your heart. Group number 3. And that's that angel energy that in many ways it just started to transform you from the inside out. And you started to recognize perhaps, or what you will, if this hasn't happened to you yet, that inner critic, it just needs the volume turned down. It does know when you're in danger or when you need to look out for something. It's just on a hyperactive level. You still want that protection around, but you want the volume down. You want to hear other parts of your wisdom chime in. Group number 3, like the angel. You have 5 of Cups. Yeah, there is something in your life that happened that just allowed you to release all the pain of the past. It might even be coming up for you, there are different timelines for different people. But this 5 of Cups in reverse, it's like, when you look at the 5 of Cups upright, there's always these cups behind the figure, right? That are upright. They're there. They're an offering. But, sometimes when we're depressed, sometimes when we're in sorrow, we just can't see what is good that might be coming into our lives. We can't really conceptualize that all the time. But I think, with this Wheel of Fortune card, you're being shown in so many ways by your ancestors, group number 3, that you're at the end of a powerful cycle. You're at the end of a journey where you've always questioned yourself, doubted yourself, wondered if you deserved this and that. You are at the end of that journey now. You've come into some kind of maturity that's allowing for you to navigate the world with ease now. Very little, expectations, even though expectations aren't a bad thing. It's just that you aren't operating from that space anymore. You give when you can give. And when you can't give, you don't ruminate on it. You're just like, there will be other opportunities for me to give. You're really taking life in that kind of, it just makes more sense to you now. You're not dragging in, you're not relating to a lot of drama lately. You don't have time for that. It doesn't even seem like it resonates with your energy anymore. Yeah, you're in goddess energy. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, love, life force, and sensuality. Yeah, there's just other things you want to focus on now, group number 3. You are looking perhaps for love. You're looking for nurturing relationships. You're wanting friendships that feel good. There's something about you right now being in this goddess energy of abundance and drawing those things to you that this devouring mother, it's fading. It's dissolving. It's not a critical part of your life anymore. Yeah, you're taking new actions, new beginnings. Some of you are doing just brand new things. Maybe you're moving, maybe you're traveling. There's this passion that you have in your life now, group number 3, that it's infectious. People love being around you. You might be getting more dates right now. Whatever's happening, it's the end of a burdensome, say that word right, burdensome error. You're at the end of it, this 10 of Swords. you have finally realized, I've survived quite a few things, and my life is still thriving. I still love life. There's something that I'm hearing about that inside of you, maybe even coming from your higher self. Letting it rain, surrendering. It's interesting because you have the slave card here, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. It's interesting because this card too says trust on it. It says allowing what is inevitability, trust. You have done something that many people wish they could do, which is learn to trust yourself. Group number 3. Learn to trust that intuition of yours. Learn to trust what your body's telling you. This card is saying too that you may have developed some new somatic practices. Maybe some of you are doing yoga. Maybe some of you are doing Tai Chi or Qigong. Whatever you're doing, it's like a listening to the body, listening to the energy, trusting what you're feeling, and making decisions based on that. You're managing 10 of Wands. Did that come up? 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Look at this, you all. You are learning from all of the mistakes, all of the hard work. You're realizing now that your burdens are over. The stress is over. This especially came about when you did this inner child work. I'm hearing it as inner child work. When you stopped juggling everything in life that had nothing to do with your health and well-being, and you decided to focus on that health and well-being. The outcome, group number 3, has been a new life for yourself. I really do feel like that's your energy now. The goddess energy, regardless of gender. You're just loving life, nature, aliveness. You won't give it up anymore. Not to be put into a closet and just be criticized by your inner critic. No. Yeah. 2 of Swords here. You've made a decision. A really intelligent one. To heal. You made a decision to take some action on your mental health even. And in doing so, you really open up a brand new world of opportunities for yourself, group number 3. Some of you may have even opened up the ability in a clair sense to relate to the world. You may have kickstarted your psychic abilities. You may have been you're more fine-tuning your seeing abilities. This is a psychic pile. Like once you healed yourself, it awakened some kind of spiritual powers that you had, group number 3. Or it will, like I said, take the timelines as they need to. But yeah, you are no longer just sitting and waiting for life to get better. You're actually putting in the action. You're putting in the plan. You're implementing things that will allow you to thrive in life. I think that's just your new goal, group number 3. You want to thrive. You want to be happy. And it will mean that you make some choices. You make some sacrifices to be in certain places that you want to be. Whatever it is in service of your nervous system, I think is what you are committing to. You're really wanting to manifest the life that you've always desired, group number 3. And you will. And you have. Depending on the timeline, you really have. So, group number 3. If you resonate with any or part of this reading, could you please give me a thumbs up? It is a real simple way to support this brand new channel. If you like the way that I read and want to stay connected, perhaps even get to know each other better, please subscribe to my channel and click that bell so that you are notified when I upload new readings, which is usually once or twice a week. If this is where we part, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I really appreciate it. I read all the comments, so if you leave a comment, please know I will respond. And until next time, my honeys, take care. Hello, group number 4. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. Welcome to your pick a card reading on a message from your plant medicine ancestors. So, you may have chosen this group from the artwork that's in the beginning of this reading, which I have timestamped below. Or you may have used some kind of numbers in the timestamps to figure out your group. Or you may have chosen this lovely stone, gemstone, which I'm not clear what it is exactly. I have it written down somewhere. It's powerful. Or you may have chosen Priestess of Priorities. Priestess of Priorities. You know, Priestess of Priorities is about getting a new outlook, a new vision, seeing more clearly, new eyes on something that may have been a certain story for you at certain times. You know what I mean? Like there's something about this card that wants to be read even. What number is it? 23? Because Priestess of Priorities. Let me read a little bit about what it says here. If I can find it. It says, you are being asked to see with new eyes. As you view your life situation right now, the temptation will be to address all the needs and concerns that feel urgent. We often make the mistake of trying to solve or resolve before we can consider what is this moment asking for. How can we bring more of our own essence into that equation? Your passions are not something to be viewed at the end of the day as you fall asleep, with no time to tend to them. Or once a year on vacation. Your passions are an extension of your soul's purpose. So pay attention to them and how you create life that feels like your own rather than someone else's visions of how you should be living. So your plant ancestors here, group number 4, they're pointing out something just with the energy of this first card of, have you been living life for yourself? Have you been giving the proper time to your dreams, to your passion, to the things that you love, to the things that you desire? What has that been like for you, group number 4? How much time can you give yourself? How much of this life is curated especially for your joy, for your pleasure? That's something to consider. That you are you're worthy of joy and happiness. That's what I'm getting. You're worthy of this. And sometimes it takes us a little bit of time in our lives to understand that this life is not about chasing money or chasing fame or chasing whatever. It's about our happiness. It's about our joy. And sometimes we forget the money was just a vehicle to get to the joy sometimes, not always. So the rest of your oracle cards, you have the rainbow here. It says, sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. You got 2 cards here for this oracle. One is the 6 of Swords, and the other is the 8 of Cups. So interesting. 6 of Swords and 8 of Cups. The motion is the same. You're leaving. With the 8 of Cups, though, it's more about leaving with the energy of, I'm complete here. I have nothing else to offer. My job has been done so well, I'm ready to start anew, afresh. I feel proud of what I have accomplished, because usually you will see in the 8 of Cups card that all the cups are standing up. There's nothing that's fallen over. So you're proud of your work. You're proud of where you stand emotionally. And now you're ready to leave in full consciousness. That's 8 of Cups leaving. 6 of Swords leaving. Sometimes it's under duress. Sometimes it's under defeat. Sometimes you've got to leave because you just need to start a new life. But it doesn't have the same, how do I want to say, you're leaving and you're just leaving. You know, you're leaving. There's not really much time to prepare. You may have to leave and not have a sense of what is before you with the 6 of Swords energy. So pile number 4, you also have this rainbow that's talking about a new beginning. So I guess what your plant medicine ancestors are alluding to, if not just plain out saying it, is that you are getting ready to take a journey, group number 4, or you are already in the process of one. And this journey, it's taking you away from things that you have emotionally learned, but it's also taking you away so that you can learn brand new things, new and different things. It's going to be truly a new beginning for you. And it's all in the energy, though, of this priestess of priorities. There's something in her symbolism that's wanting you to recognize your dreams as a priority, group number 4. Whatever you're getting ready to leave for, if you're taking a trip, if you're moving, this is for your dream. This is in pursuit of a dream. And I think that your plant medicine ancestors are saying, affirming, this should be in the pursuit of a dream, a long passion of yours, something that makes you very happy. Let's clarify. So clarifying the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Swords is the victim. It says here, prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. The shadow is playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. Your ancestors are pointing out here, group number 4, that you've been in both positions. You prefer not to be the victim. You prefer not to victimize people, for sure. But there has been times where you didn't know any other way of communicating your pain. And sometimes you would be seeking out trauma bonds. But for you, group number 4, I think you're finally learning how to leave that kind of behavior pattern behind. You're not seeking other people to bond with over tragedy. You're actually seeking out people who are happy, full of joy, who are kind. I don't even get that they have to be ambitious or anything like that. For you, group number 4, this is about people who love their life. I think you're leaving because you're seeking that now. Maybe you've identified someone that might be an anchor somewhere that you are traveling to. And you're hoping that maybe that person can introduce you to a life of happiness, to a life where there's joy and laughter and kindness. You may be seeking that somewhere else, quite literally, a different environment altogether. Yeah, you are. I think there may have been something inside of you, group number 4, that has always felt like you have to wait your turn. You have to wait to be happy. You have to earn happiness. And this is turned around for you, group number 4. You're like, wait, what am I waiting for? Why do I have to wait? And that's something in that energy that just, it took this hangman and it just literally turned it upside down, where you look like you're getting ready to step off into life from a hanged man position. And lastly, we have this Princess of Cups, could be a Page of Cups. Again, I think the real lessons that you had to learn were learned before this turned into an 8 of Cups. It may have been 7 of Cup energy. And now this Princess of Cups is just pointing to a person that is ready to integrate the lessons of their life now. They're ready to head into a part of life where they can integrate things, metabolize the lessons of life. That's where you are, group number 4. You're not so much about learning new and different things. You're more about, what is it that I have learned and how can I shape my life now to reflect all of my learned lessons. Let's clarify the Priestess of Priorities. A mystery. Some things will not be known about the outcome of following your dreams and desires, because you'll hear stories either way. Some people follow their dreams and desires and nothing comes of it. Other people follow their dreams and desires and life opens up for them in the most powerful way. So in some ways, your ancestors are saying they do not have all of the answers in regards to the outcome of your new journey, group number 4. But they are saying that God has something to do with it. The God energy, rather, benevolent and compassion, recognizing the external force within yourself and others. The shadow is despotism, cruelty, using power to control people. Group number 4, this new journey you're on, where you're going to meet, I think, people who are very much aligned with your passions, with your dreams. It feels like a brand new community even. What I really see here is that you are stepping away from a life that you've always felt was a little random. Group number 4, you kind of, in a strange way, believed in fate, destiny. Not that those things are wrong, but you really never sensed like you could manifest and drive your own life. And in this new turning of yourself, I mean, when I say a new turning, I mean a new understanding of yourself and your life and even your power, group number 4. you are understanding that you're just made in the image of God. God is a great creator. And so you are learning how to manifest the life that you want, learning how to follow the energy of your dreams. And it's coming, it's producing. It's because you having to make that decision. Here's a judgment card. Even some of you are working with your ancestors to realize a life you've only dreamt of before. It's coming true. It is true. You know, we're in different timelines. I'm reading for more than one person, but it's true. And look at that. Because you called it in. Invocation. You called in this life that you are getting ready to live, or the one that you are currently in. Either way, it should be giving you the group number 4, the energy of a big blessing, a huge blessing, so much to be grateful for. This rainbow really says it all. A new life, a new beginning, a new way forward. We have the energy of the beggar here. Confronts empowerment of the level of physical survival, awakens spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. The shadow is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. I get here, group number 4, that this part of your life is the result of a lot of hard work, a lot of healing, a lot of forgiveness. And I don't mean the forgiveness where people are apologizing to each other. I'm talking about forgiving yourself, group number 4. I'm talking about the long journey to forgive yourself. Not someone who's done you wrong, but just that high standard that you've always held of yourself. When I'm getting for some of you, and this may be specific, but when that relationship failed, you judged yourself, group number 4. And that judgment, it just tore you down. Quite literally. There's another group in here that was talking about a strong inner critic, I think. But, you know, it weighed you down in such a way that you became someone else energetically. And I think you had to call in, with the help of your ancestors, with the help of probably many people around you. You had to call back in your soul. Your soul might have just took a trip during that difficult time. And you had to call yourself back. You had to call back your soul. You had to reconnect with your ancestors. And when you did that, group number 4, wow. Literally, you left one life for another. Last 2 cards here. Yeah, you have literally become the emperor, regardless of gender. You have risen to your highest heights. You have achieved like sometimes when we're growing up, we're thinking life is one thing. Being successful is one thing. But then we realize later in life that our true success was the ability to love again. Our true success was our ability to be in total compassion and forgiveness with ourselves. That is true emperorship. The emperor knows themselves inside and out. They know the world. They've been around the world. Aye. You all know I'm a little corny, right? But the emperor, the emperor stands in the sun because the emperor has always held true to their values, always held true to their authentic self, was always a seeker of themselves. They had gone through it all, which is why they have the title. 5 of Wands here. There is no fight. There is no enemy. You reach the part in the game, group number 4, where you realize you've been playing against yourself. Literally. And now that you are the only one that can compete with you, why is there a competition? Why is there a fight? This is the ultimate learning ground for you, group number 4. It sounds like very much like someone is in the late stages of their evolution before they get ready to fulfill their purpose. Say more, Spirit. Yeah. Decisions have already been made. If you had a need to make, they've already been decided. You need to go with what's in alignment here. Anything that's opposed to you following and discovering your joy and pleasure is opposed to your life. I heard that clear from your ancestors. Yeah. You have 8 of cups here again. Spirit said to take it upright. It's just another confirmation. Clear up any, clear up any misunderstandings around feelings and emotions before you leave. There may be someone you need to clear things up with. A misunderstanding. Maybe even you might have been dating this person and they thought it was a little bit more serious than what it is because, hey, you're getting ready to leave. So, for some of you, it's like that scenario. But for others of you, there's someone that before you embark on your next journey, you need to do some just a circle back. There's some kind of circle back conversation you need to have. Could be with someone in your family. But you are leaving, 6 of Swords. Wow, Spirit is really serious about you leaving. You might as well just start packing now. Packing your bags. Don't buy anything that's going to anchor you to wherever you're living right now. Don't do it. I guess that's what Spirit, maybe some of you all have been thinking about buying a house or a condo or something. Maybe some of you are thinking about buying a car. If you're thinking about a large purchase right now, of course, you talk to your financial advisors. I'm not that. But according to Spirit, don't purchase anything that's going to anchor you to where you are now. It's just going to make it, you're leaving. So Spirit's like, it's just going to be another headache for you. Yeah, and Spirit's also saying that this is not going to be an easy thing to do. Some of you are going to have a real emotional time leaving where you're at. Even though it's time, even though you know in your spirit and in your mind body that it's time to leave, there are ties you have here. There are people who are going to miss you. There are situations you've grown into. People are used to seeing you, your energy. But especially a father figure of some sort. Make sure you talk to this person. Father figure of some sort, or grandfather, uncle, someone older than you, someone you love and respect. Let me see something. This person wears a hat all the time. Like just one of those little fedoras. If you want to know who that is. Yeah. You have a world awaiting you, group number 4. And all of it comes together at a certain point. It will all kind of draw up together, and it will complete your story. It's a beautiful story of how you've overcome. It's a beautiful story of how you've retrieved your own soul, became a master. Some of you became a master healer, and you are going out into the world to do this work. Thank you. Others of you, you called your soul back. Some of you, you called yourself back from recovery, from sobriety. You did it. You're in sobriety. Some of you called your soul back from narcissistic relationships that were abusive, that really just have you leave your body. You're coming back. You came back. You retrieved that part of yourself. You did soul retrieval, which is an actual thing, you all. Work that I like to do. And now here you are. This is Temperance. Here you are, group number 4. Pouring back into the energy, the life force. I call it the one God, Goddess Mother. You're pouring back into her after she's poured so much into you. Ancestrally, spiritually, financially, physically. You know, it's that kind of gratitude. You go out to a river, you go out to a plot of land, and you got to give back. It's a beautiful life that you've managed to retrieve for yourself. Maybe that's the last request here, group 4. Go and make an offering in nature of spirits or water, and just pray, give thanks if you're inclined. If you have resonated with any or part of this reading, would you mind giving me a thumbs up? It really helps me to grow this brand new channel, and I really appreciate and love reading for you all. Group number 4, this was such a dynamic reading. If you want to stay connected with me, perhaps you like the way that I read, would you please consider subscribing to this channel? And if you click the bell, you'll get notified when I upload another reading, which I do once or twice a week. Thank you so much, my honeys. Take care.